Hello, this is Sam with Terminal Magic, and I'm doing another mock draft using Hardbody's cube. I was gonna do it last time, but a bribery wheeled, and I'm a pack one, pick one. I couldn't go through with it. Couldn't do it. So let's just start this up again. Let's just get this right. English. I can't speak it right now. Let's just get right to it. There we go. Okay. Update. Boom. Time walk. All right. Pretty easy pick here. Time walk, it's piece of power, that's awesome. It's blue, it's insanely strong, you can abuse it, you can go infinite if you have a Eternal Witness. It's just a great card. Other cards I'm looking at here are Sternforged Mystic, Mother Runes, Deed's good, but it's like not insane. Sneak Attack's cool, but obviously I'm not going to take it over Time Walk here. I don't think I'd take it over it. Sorry, my dogs are fighting in the background, excuse that. But Time Walk, yeah, pretty easy pick. Happy to take it. Make sure that. Alright, audio's recording. And boom. There we go. Time Walk into Upheaval. Don't mind if I do. Other strong cards in this pack. Tundra's really good. Oblivion Ring, Sylvan Library, Brainstorm. Time Twister is even okay. Burning Zinni is pretty much a Wildfire. Chain Lightning, but Upheaval is just insane. It's a card that I'll take over a lot of different cards. It's exactly where I want to be. And I get a third pick, Treachery. Let's go mono blue, amazing things. It sounds like an archetype I want to be involved in. So yeah, awesome. Let's do that. Okay, now this is where it gets kind of tough because there are a lot of different directions I go in here. Battlesphere is sick, and Tinker is a thing. Mana Leak is very strong though, and it's good to have these 2-mana counters. Path to Exile, it's also an amazing card. Treachery isn't as good against the Mirror Battlesphere, but and it's good to have the colorless artifacts in like the blue ramping decks because there aren't really a lot of amazing options above 6 mana in blue. I think it's more important to have the Mana Leak here though than to have the Battlesphere. I can potentially get other big huge things. I think 6 drops are fine in comparison, and blue is enough of those. Whereas a deck with more counter spells is better than a deck with more win conditions, I feel. And I already have a couple good ones. I have Treachery and Upheaval. So, I like that card. Alright, now, there isn't any blue. I don't think it's a sign that blue isn't open. I mean, I have 3 amazing blue cards. I'm looking at Tribe Elder, Birds of Paradise, Blue-Green, awesome with Upheaval. Kind of the reason you want to go in that direction. I mean, not the reason, but like one of the more natural color combinations with that card. Probably going to be one of these 2 cards I'm going to pick here. Imperial Seal is really cool. But they're better tutors. And I know they're better tutors if this is one of the ones in here. And I think it's like a 360 cube. I think it's pretty small. Bloodstained Mire is really good, as is Overgrown Tomb. But I'm going to take the Fixing. I think I'm just going to try to go another color and take this Birds of Paradise because it's a 6/6 card. Is Ral Zarek something I want to be doing? It is something I can be doing. Would I rather just Kodama's Reach? I think I would. And I think I would rather over Garuk. Because I could be getting greedy here, so I don't know how likely I am going to be playing 3 green mana. And these 2 cards are good, but I can get win conditions. Whereas the Fixing is a lot more important. I like it more than the Mana War. Excuse my dogs, they're a couple animals. But yeah, Kodama's Reach, good card. I think just Woodfall Primus is just. While I did say triple green was like, not likely. I mean, like a reason not to take a card. I think Woodfall Primus is good enough. And I forget, I don't know if Show and Tell is in this cube, but seeing Sneak Attack leads me to believe that Show and Tell is in the cube. A lot of good green cards, so I think it is good that I'm going green right now, even though bots, blah, blah, blah. But Plowwinder and Acidic Slime. both good. I would play Bone Shredder if it came back, as I probably would play Mishra's Factory, but that's not for certain. But Without Premise, yeah, awesome card. And Natural Order, perfect. I don't need another Cultivate. I mean, I would play it, but I don't need it. And everything else in here is red or just not what I'm looking for. So I got 4 good blue cards, and then I got 4 cards in green that I really like. Mystic Snake is good, and in the colors you want to be. But because we are playing green, I think it's easy enough to splash Pernicious Deed. And, you know, Pernicious Deed here, well, it will kill off a lot of our mana elves if we do get a lot of them. I think it's just a strong enough card to make it worth it. If you get any Planeswalkers or if we make this Natural Order actually work, Pernicious Deed is going to be insane. We just Natural Order and then deed off the rest of the board and go from there. The Monkey's a good guy to deed off. Deed off. Oh man, that sounds dirty. But I don't need to go to another color for pretty much the same effect. Yeah, whatever. Rafel's, who cares? Edric's would be cool too, but you know, it's not insane to see this like go on the wheel. I mean, it's becoming less and less more common, but some people don't really know the power of this card. Rafel's is pretty insane. Don't really care about Mongrel, so Elder, need that effect. Pulse, awesome. Goes well, Deed. Whatever, bots. Shouldn't be happening. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, I can't control it. Happy to be in blue because you just take these cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor and, you know, just call it a day. Pack's pretty good for us either way. Maloka's cool. Not pretty good, it's alright. Maloka's cool. I made Dead. I would probably play Azode Necromancy and Aetherling and Dungeon Geist. Maybe Survival. Probably not, maybe. I think I would just because I do have those, like, I do have at least one passive creature, but Jace is just so freaking good. Why can't I get these decks in, like, regular drafts? Like, come on. Jeez. Okay. Polluted Delta is great, and it fixes us in 2 colors, and it's the one I'm leaning towards. But there are a lot of other cards in here that I could want. Mox Diamond, cool. I have some card draw. Well, I have a Jace, but I guess I have like the Kadamas Reach and stuff like that, so I could, you know, get into a land, and playing certain cards earlier than later are always awesome. Spencer's cool. Cryptic Command's strong. And when you're playing green-blue, it's not insane to get triple blue because you will be able to fix your mana enough. But I like the Blue Delta because I do 2 awesome black cards that I want to be playing. And this is a pretty natural way to do it. Maybe I'll go on the blue cards back. That'd be pretty sick. What is better here? Alright, now this is a tough one because we have... I'll probably take the L's because I have the Natural Order. But there are a lot of different cards to consider. There's Verdant, and maybe one I'll get back. There's Verdant Catacombs and Misty Rainforest have the same kind of... Misty Rainforest is better, but Verdant Catacombs is good. I mean, I think actually Verdant Catacombs would be better just because it does get that off-color land. Maybe I'll get a duel. I like Glenalendra and Looter. I think I'm going to take the Fenoran Elves because more one-drop elves is the better, and having Natural Order makes these types of cards way better overall. If I can get a random piece of equipment, you know, they'd be insane with those. Fires of Yavimaya. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but you know, whatever, that's cool. It'd be sweet if it worked. It's a little clunky, but it's okay. Not clunky, but just kind of underwhelming. But Muldrifter, Counterspell. This is becoming less of a mana-y counterspell deck than it is like more of a tap out and ramp up type of thing, but Mana Leak's a lot better than Counterspell in these types of decks because I have such a heavy green commitment, and also black too, that it's more likely that I'm a single blue than I am double blue. I think Muldrifters is really good. Having card draw like this is awesome. It's just an overall great card. If I get like a Recurring Nightmare, which I would just snap up in like 2 seconds, this is amazing. Regrowth is good. All these green-white duels are not really what I'm looking for. Counterspell could be better, but I think I want more creatures than I do actual 2 mana counterspells, or like, big, powerful effect creatures, because I have 1, 2, 3 pieces of ramp right now. 4, actually, with fellows. Yeah, Wall Drifter's cool. I want a Tropical Island or African's Pilgrim? I don't really care about that. Billion Click, it's a good enough threat just to take. Getting Jarad sucks to pass that. Enclave Cryptologist. If I'm gonna take a blue card, I'm gonna take Vidilian Click because it's just better than Enclave, and I don't really want to be wasting my mana. Not wasting it, but like I'd rather be more proactive with my mana than just making a looter in 2 turns. So I like Vidilian Click. It's not like the most insane card for this deck, but I don't know, maybe, like I said, if like Recurring Nightmare or something silly like that comes around, and this is a solid creature, 3/1 flyer for 3, flash, that has like a pretty awesome effect. Where are the friggin' blue-green duels? Or anything with these 3 colors, except goddamn white. Elder, good card. I think it's better than the black cards in here. Or I like it better for my deck than the black cards. Who does this thing do? Oh, okay. Vindicate, Vengevine, Arbor Elf. Sure, I like it better than Forbid. It's kind of a mana commitment, and Elf's an elf. So I'm okay with that. Breeding Pool. I like it better than Dance the Dead. Awesome. Breeding Pool. Taking it. Green-blue duel. Done. Is Dance the Dead even considerable right now? Not really. I think Breeding Pool is just great. So I will happily take it. Get back. Necromancy might be something I'd want to take at this point. I like it more than Moloku, because I'm going to be fine at 5 mana and around that. I'll get more green things that cost 5. It's my off color, but I do have at least, I have the 1 fetch, and I have the birds and the Kadamas Reach. And it looks like I want to play black. If I don't end up playing black, I'm either missing out on a Master of the Wild Hunt or a Moloku, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather take this perspective card than take a card that I might not even want to play by the end. Nothing for me at all. What wrecks me the most? Getting Catastrophe would suck. I don't want that to happen. Looter, a lot better than that I have this Necromancy at this point. Nothing that I would really want. I don't want to get pillaged. That would suck. Supreme Verdict. Lunas Prowler, not playable, really. Alright, so, I mean, I have a lot of good cards, so it's like not the worst. Oh man, I hope I didn't take this Core Sanctifiers by accident. No. Okay, Wasteland, that would suck. Alright, so this is a terrible pack. I'm looking at either Elvish Mystic or Grand Colosseum. I mean, the power level of this pack is just low overall, I feel, even if you're another color. I mean, I would be happy taking like a Wheel of Fortune or Restoration Angel, but there's like no pick that's like, oh man, this card's gonna be crazy. They're just like good cards, but nothing insane. Marco, cut the shit. Sorry, it's my dog. I'll just take Elvish Mystic though. It's a green deck, you want these elves. So a piece of equipment would be nice. I would play any piece of equipment. Oh man. Why can't like these like 3 friggin' 4, 5 cards, 6? Like 6 cards in here I want. What do I have that enters the battlefield? That's good. Muldrifter, my Elder, Vendilion Click. I have the Looter, which is good. Football Primus, or Tabi Orangutan. There's also Demonic Tutor, which is insane. Which one's better though, the Tutor or the Recurring Nightmare? There's also the Thragtusk with Upheaval. And a Jiraga Tree Speaker too. And a Coalition Relic. And Tropical Island. I mean, I'm definitely going to get something back, so that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 cards in here that I would play. The Hornet Queen and the Tropical Island included. I just really want to take the Recurring Nightmare, but I feel like the Demonic Tutor would be the better pick. But Recurring Nightmare is just like a silly card that you do silly fun things with, and Demonic Tutor better, Recurring Nightmare. Thragtusk is insane too, but I feel like I don't know. This sucks. Oh man, I'm just gonna take the Recurring Nightmare and hopefully get back like Hornet Queen. No, don't, or like Phantasmal Image or something. Wishing that Demonic Tutor was in another pack. Hating everything and everyone, and just, you know, cursing the gods in general. Kitchen Finks, good card. Better that I have Recurring Nightmare now. Gonna be getting a lot of life. My mouse sensitivity or my trackpad sensitivity is pretty high right now, so it's gonna be kind of like pulling things on and off the screen, so I apologize for that. Sower's good. Baleful Strix is good. Pulse of Research, Scalding Tarn, Windswept Heath. How many playable do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 like solid playables. I think because I'm playing 3 colors and my fixing isn't where exactly I want it to be, and green is my base color, I'm going to take this Windswept Heath. Though Scalding Tarn is something I'm also interested in, but I already have a Polluted Delta. I think Baleful Strix and Sower are better cards for the deck, but I think the deck is good enough that I want the consistency of the fixing more so than I want just like a 24th or 25th card. Good cards, but like, I don't know. I'm liking my deck so far, so it's not like the end of the world. Fauna Shaman could be good here. I think I like Fauna Shaman. I wish I had one more big creature. I've passed up all these like massive things, but that's alright though. I think Fauna Shaman's a cool effect, and you can use it as sacrifice to Recurring Nightmare if need be. Nothing in here that's like really insane, but the Bayou is pretty nice. Pretty nice pickup. I like it better than the 2, 3 green creatures. Sargonvol, can't play it. Swift Dismember. Awesome. Swift Foot Boots, I don't think I'll ever play that. Walrath Stronghold, yeah, well, that might be a card on main deck. So, what's better here? Hornet Queen or Jiraga? I think I want another natural order target. How many 1-drops do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1-drops. 1, 2, 2 green 2-drops. So like 7 cheapish green creatures. But I also have the Necromancy and the Fauna Shaman and the Recurring Nightmare, and Hornet Queen is a pretty massive effect. Jiraga is probably a better card, even in the same deck, but I don't know. I'd rather that. Strangleroot, guys, could be a good sideboard option. I don't really want to hate draft. I'd rather have like a card that might be like, oh, this could be good in this situation. Like maybe I'm facing a really aggressive deck. I'd rather have the creature that will come back again and block 2 creatures instead of having like, I don't know, another massive thing. I think I might side out one of my natural order targets for a Strangleroot, guys, at some point. Life from the Loam might be a card I actually play. I wish I had that regrowth. That's a shame. I don't like to live my life with regrets, but it's gonna haunt me for ages. Any artifacts that I have that I'm actually worried about? This is weird. This is like one of the first decks I've ever drafted that doesn't have an actual artifact in it. Wow. Huh. That's funny. Fuck you then, Torch Fiend. Get the fuck out of here. Boom. Jungle Lion. Pyroclasm. Actually insane against my deck. Does that mean this deck's like just awful then? I think this is a Powered Cube. I think that's what that... It is a Powered Cube. I have a Time Walk. I think it just means my deck is just like the worst ever. But I do have a Time Walk, so whatever. Wish I had a Snapcaster. Wish I had a Regrowth. Is that bad drafting? I don't really know. Whatever. Sorry, my computer's pretty slow. We'll see how many playables we have by the end of this. Looter Core is really good. I don't think I need the Unis Prowler, but I wouldn't mind having the Fauna Shaman. Won't need any more discard effects at this point. I'll put Loam in there, but I don't know if it's going to make it. Dom's Reach. Deed. Seems good. Anything always seems good. As does Pulse. This is Cleek. This guy. This guy. Nightmare. Finks. Dismember. I have a lot of playables, of course. I'm getting insane cards last pick. And I have my 2 natural order targets and my upheaval. And I have a Garuk too, which I haven't even put in yet. I might take this Vendilion Click out. It's an efficient creature, but I don't really know if it's going with what I want to do anymore. And I don't have many double blue symbols early on. So I'm going to take that out. My mana is pretty good. It helps that I'm playing base green, so splashing these other cards isn't a huge effort. I don't know. But Wickerboro Elder, do I need you? It's always good just to have this kind of card in there. Even though I don't have any artifacts, I have enchantments that are a big issue that people want to deal with. How many creatures? I have 14 creatures. I have 32 cards. 4 of them are lands, so I should try to make 5 cuts. But I'd live with 4. Alright, what can not be cut at all? The 4 1-drops are untouchable. Time Walk, Fellows. Mainly stuff not necessarily untouchable, but it's pretty close to it. Looter Core and Fauna Shaman potentially could cut one of them. Not really looking to do that, but I could. I would cut Fauna Shaman before I would cut Looter Core, because I mean Looter Core is a little more proactive. It's getting in there for damage a little bit, and I can do Fauna Shaman whenever I want to though, but it does cost me a mana. So that's actually a pretty close conversation. And Life of the Loam is like the same type of card, and I can't really abuse it that much, but it helps that I have a Necromancy and I have a Recurring Nightmare, but I have no way to get either one of them back if I pitch one or the other. Kodama's Reach is untouchable. I think Deed's untouchable. Rangtang's probably untouchable. You have my Elder? I think I want that. Let's make a few cuts. So I don't think I like Life of the Loam because I don't have as many of the cards that I'd want to support it with. I'm going to say I don't need the Elder because I have these 3 cards that kind of deal with anything the Elder will deal with. Elder's a nice like mid-range threat, but this looks like more of like a ramp into like big plays deck and do cool things. Like either make a ton of mana and like get a bunch of Hornets or Primuses or gain a bunch of life or what have you. Draw a bunch of cards. The Recurring Nightmare is a little awkward in this deck, but it's not the worst. I think it's pretty good still, even though it does. I don't have like, even though a lot of my creatures are not exactly enter the battlefield ones, but I have the Muldrifter. I have one. I have the Elder, which kind of works. 1, 2, 3 with Orangutang. Kitchen Finks is 4, and the 2 big guys is 6 total. But I have 2 ways to get what's his name in the graveyard. The 2 big guys in the graveyard. So I think it's better to have the Looter and the Fauna Shaman in there. I have to make 2. I'll probably make 2 cuts because this is kind of tough. Ryuk is just kind of there, but he's like such a good card, and I have so many ways to make triple green. I think he's worth having. I think Mana Leak is kind of underwhelming in this deck. I'm not going to be untapped a whole bunch, unfortunately. Dismember is in there as a 3-drop, but it's like a 1 to 3 drop. Let's be real here. So I just want to make one more cut. I want to have the 2 natural order targets. So they're good in a multitude of different ways, and they're good cards to cut. They will be like the first cards to cut a lot of the time when I do have to make switches with my because I have such tough cuts. There are a lot of different directions I can take my deck during the games, which is nice. One last cut. One of the discard effects? Elder, maybe? No. I want both the discard effects. What do I cut? I keep on leaning towards them, though. If I were to cut one, I'd probably have to cut Looter because I want the green creatures for natural order. But I don't really want to cut Looter. But I don't have any equipment to abuse with them. All I have is like Necromancy and Recurring Nightmare, which is good. But I don't have the most insane creatures with Recurring Nightmare anyways. So I think I'm just going to cut the Looter and be fine with just Fauna Shaman. And that's pretty much my deck. I'm going to add the 13 lands now. I don't care. I'll play with an extra land. Whatever. The terms YOLO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue symbols, and I have 1, 2 blue cards with a bunch of green things, so maybe 4 islands would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I think having 2 swamps is fine. Which puts me at what? Set that land, motherfucker. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 green symbols. I think that's fine. I really need 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I really need 7? I don't think so. I think I'd rather have an extra. I think I'd rather have an extra island, but it could prove that I would want more. I don't know. Set land. All right, that's cool. Bug recurring upheaval. Not that the upheaval recurs. So yeah, that's the deck. Thank you for watching. And yeah, have a good evening or afternoon or whatever time it is wherever you're at. Thanks, bye.